my first question to you, what will Russia do to ensure that an attack like the one that happened this week does not happen again?
You know, the president was very precise yesterday, and he said that we have concrete plans, and Interior Minister and others, they are now work all together. They, do anything possible in order to find all people involved in the terror attack. And unfortunately, it's not the first case in the country, and we hope that, in future we will avoid, but anyway, the authorities will do anything possible in order to try to avoid cases like this. But, what we hear here in Davos, that people say that, this attack is not the case or the reason not to invest in Russia. We need to combine.
That is the message you and Mr. Medvedev are sending.
But we're receiving messages from the investors that this terror attack may be another possibility to combine all of us in order to invest, in order to show that we are changing, Russia changing, and that we are providing more transparent rules for investors, and we are providing modernization in the country, and it was very important. So it was not like terror attack which caused the fear, and people said, okay, that's a highly risky country, we will not. No, vice versa. People said, okay, now we need to invest.
Were you surprised by that?
I was surprised a little bit because, 2 days ago I read in the paper, FT or somewhere that, people maybe will consider Russia as a risky place to invest because of the security reasons and so on. But no, people here say, no, we will invest because any country could face the same difficulty now in the States, in Europe, any country, because terrorism now, they have no limits or borders.
It is global.
It is global, but it's not the case when we need to stop investing or, when we need to stop our trust. We need to build a new trust.
What did Mr. Putin mean when he said that retribution is inevitable? Strong words.
Yeah, because, guilty people, because it's a real crime and, awful crime. People suffered. So we need to find all people involved, and they need to get all the penalties through the court proceedings.
Do you think that the attack will have any impact whatsoever on Russia's counterterrorism strategy as it stands now?
I don't think so, because we have very strong concept how to fight with terrorism, and and the Russian authorities are very persistent in that, and we have even an international cooperation with many states now how to fight with terrorism. And I think unfortunately, it happened, but I think the authorities do, anything possible in order to avoid this.
And finally, Mr. Medvedev, in his keynote address here at Davos at the World Economic Forum, spoke about Russia being a very attractive place for businesses around the world to invest. That's the message you're hearing. Pepsi just closing its nearly $5.5 billion deal with Wimbledon in Russia. Talk to me about the message that you and Mr. Medvedev are sending in terms of Russia is open for business.
Russia is open, that's true, because, no limits anymore, and we are making our economy more transparent every day. And even if we have some limits for foreign investors, we're, breaking those walls, and we're making all the laws more transparent. That's first. Then we welcome foreign investors, new foreign investors, and we changed immigration laws, and we now providing new proceedings how people can get visas and very easy entrance to the country. And then we repeat always message that Russia is a unique country in many aspects, really. And if you look at our population, territory, natural resources, our universities, higher schools and everything, we are really unique. The problem is that uniqueness was not converted into new model how to develop the country. That's why we need cooperations, we need partners in order to find that proper and new model to develop Russia as a completely civilized and modern country.